Beer and Fly says, how big is the cleave between the Muslim countries? Is it possible that all of the Muslim countries will develop some sort of accord or union to decrease the influence of the US, the EU, the UK? When we say Muslim countries, I'm assuming you mean the Arab Muslim countries. This is, again, a fun fact. I suppose most of you already know this, but the biggest Muslim country is actually Indonesia, right? So you have some countries, or like Iran. Iran is a Muslim country, but it's not Arab. Same with Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so on. Nevertheless, you said Muslim. So let me put it this way. I mean, I was talking the other day about the first Islamic or Arab empire, which was with Damascus as the capital. I think those days, I mean, they're long gone, unfortunately. You know, right now, everybody's divided. I was just talking to you about Saudi Arabia, about Bahrain. There's no unity whatsoever. None. There is no unity whatsoever. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's a shame. Well, you know, I was thinking, like, you know, when I'm criticizing Saudi Arabia, criticizing Bahrain, not the people. Remember, I'm always talking about the governments, because the people, they came out to protest the Israelis. But when I'm criticizing this, it sucks. It sucks in a way, because I would like to, ideally, I would like to not have to do this. I would like that there's a unity between the Arab countries. But unfortunately, the ruling family, the government in Saudi Arabia, they are not serving Arab interests. They're serving imperialist, U.S. Western interests, Israeli interests. So I have to criticize them. I can't, it's not even just about who they're serving. It's just the actions, starving people in Yemen. How can you not criticize this? So even if they were not dealing with the Israelis or the Americans, they cannot do this, because, by the way, that itself is an attack on another Arab country, right? And they rallied other Arab countries to attack Yemen. They rallied Morocco, which pulled out. They rallied the UAE. This is wrong. This is very, very bad. This is very, very bad. They're killing their own brothers like that. Our brothers. This is not okay. This is very bad. And this divide and conquer, it only serves who? The West. The West, man, this is imperialism. They go to places and they get the tribes or the sects or the communities. They basically exacerbate tensions and differences, right? So you might have, like, I'm not saying every place on earth is perfect, no, but when you have a little bit of discomfort between two communities or tribes or sects, but they get along, despite these little disagreements, that's one thing. And when you have somebody that comes in and makes them fight, that's a completely different thing. That's a completely different thing. So again, that doesn't mean that every place is perfect, but when you come in and purposely divide, like what the French and the British did with Sykes-Picot in 1916, they literally drew the maps of the Middle East based on sects, literally. So they said, okay, we were going to have Christians over here, and Alawites over here, and this over here. So they literally made borders that we still have today, based on dividing Arabs by their religion or their, this is disgusting, because we don't have this issue. We don't, you don't, in Syria, you don't ask someone like what your religion is, or this is not a thing. No one cares. This is not a thing. You have churches, you have mosques, there's a Jewish quarter as well. This is not a thing that you divide people up based on their ethnicity, based on what is that? This is imported. This is something that comes from the West. I'm not saying it doesn't exist elsewhere, but like I said, purposely doing that, like drawing borders based on this shit. Can you imagine the Arabs coming to London, to the UK, and then carving out like a Welsh nation over there or something else, or a brand new, Scotland over here, or making up some new, Scouse country. I mean, let's turn Liverpool into a Scouse independent nation. I'm sure some people would like that, but but do you understand what I mean? It's ridiculous. There's a way of celebrating differences. There's a way of living with each other, which is great, and it doesn't have to be that way.